Today is National Social Media Day, celebrating the impact of social media and communication and connecting the world worldwide. But with kids home from school this summer, how can parents protect them from the dangers of what one study is calling doom scrolling? We've all been there, done that. Here to break down is Texas Public Policy Foundation Tech Policy Analyst Greyson. Greyson, good morning to you. So if you could answer that question for us, how can parents get their kids off the cell phones when many people, no matter the age, are addicted to them?
Well, Carly, you're absolutely right. Today, on this day of celebration, so-called, for National Social Media Day, I think it would make more sense to refer to it as National Social Media Addiction Awareness Day. We are all aware of the way that these devices and these platforms have impacted our mental health, our attention span, and the effect on kids, especially in the classroom, is dramatic and profound. This summer, kids naturally will have more of an opportunity to have uninterrupted screen time, and parents will naturally be looking for ways to unplug their kids and allow them to have that summer experience that they did growing up. And so I would recommend doing a few things. First, use the opportunities and the tools that are built into the platforms via Apple or Android or whichever phone that you have to ensure that screen time is appropriately limited as the parent sees fit. And then also use the tools that are built into the platforms like Snapchat and Instagram and otherwise to limit that screen time. Get your kid outside. It'll make a world of difference.
Oh, it certainly will. Is there anything you found as a technology policy analyst that has surprised you about the impact of technology on our brains?
Quite a bit, actually. And I pull a lot of the research and studies from folks like Jonathan Haidt and others. Specifically in Texas, this legislative session, members from across the state came to Austin with a profound directive from their constituents to do something about technology. And so one of the things that the state legislature did this session was pass a ban on cell phones in schools, in public schools and charter schools in the state, because they recognize that the research is clear. These devices impact the attention spans, the knowledge retention ability of our students, and as well as just the general socialization skills of our students, not to mention the way that social media contributes to various mental health issues. There are various challenges online which have led kids, American children, to kill themselves, eating Tide Pods, doing the blackout challenge where they choke themselves for as long as they're able to without losing consciousness. These are serious issues, and thankfully policymakers in Texas stepped up to do something about it.
All right, we also want to ask you about a very polarizing idea. The 4-day work week is getting renewed attention thanks to the advancements of AI. Axios put it this way: instead of firing people, proponents argue that firms share the gains of improved technology by giving workers some of their time back. So how do you feel about this, the idea of a 32-hour work week?
Yeah, well, I think it's definitely a possibility. Artificial intelligence is a remarkable tool, and it will continue to contribute to the effectiveness and efficiency of the American worker in the same way that various tools did in the various previous revolutions, like the Industrial Revolution, for example, did in American history in years prior. So my inclination is to think that a 4-day work week is certainly a possibility, but I'm also inclined to think that due to the effectiveness of these tools, such as AI agents, for example, and other ways that chatbots and LLMs are integrated into the everyday work day, I think that instead of working 4 days a week, we'll just work 5 days a week, but we'll continue to be even more productive than we were previously. And that's good news for the American worker and good news for the American economy.
I like that one better. I know that Bernie Sanders likes the idea of a 4-day work week. It's something he brought up on the Joe Rogan podcast, so that's where he stands. We'll see